Don't let fear stop you from reaching your full potential. Let's reframe what fear really is. Fear is only the border of the life that you have known up until now. And everything you truly desire, as you know, is on the other side of fear. All right, welcome back to another episode of Healing into Femininity. My name is Joanna Fatonji, and I'm a certified life mastery consultant with the Premier Training Institute for Transformational Coaching. And today we have arrived at the second phase of the Dream Builder system, which is a proven, repeatable, reliable system of transformation that has helped me build my dream life and hundreds of thousands of people all over the world to get to their next level. And so it can help you too. If you haven't watched my videos before, go back on my channel and watch them too, because this is a series. I'm telling you the principles, the 10 principles of dream building. And the first three principles make up the first phase of the dream builder system. And it is designing your dream, testing your dream, and building a bigger deserving for your dreams. Once you have done that, right? Once you know what it is that you want, you have tested it, it's in alignment with what fires you up, with your core values, you're growing, you're stepping out on faith, and there is something good in your dream for others. And you feel worthy, you feel deserving of actually receiving that dream. That is phase one. Once you've done that, you step out. The first thing that you will encounter is fear, right? Because fear, as I said in the beginning, is only the border of the life that you've known up until now. We can also say it's the limitation of your comfort zone. Once you are on your way out of your comfort zone and expanding into new terrain, you will encounter fear. One sure way to know that you are in your comfort zone is that when you don't have fear, when you're always doing the same and you're never afraid, you're always doing the same. When you're always doing the same, you know you are not growing. But once you are growing and expanding into a new version of yourself, into a new destiny, into a new way of living, being, doing, having, you will be afraid. And the thing is, fear will never go away. It will never go away if you are continuously growing and stepping out into a new terrain. Yeah. So to make it a little bit more tangible, is that, for example, many people are afraid to step on YouTube, to step on stage, to speak in front of people. I think I've heard that after the fear of death, the fear of public speaking is second. Like, most people are afraid to public speak because what does it do? It exposes you to other people's judgment. And most people frame judgment as a threat, right? People can judge the way you look, they can judge the way you speak, they can judge your opinions, your ideas, your beliefs, whatever it is. And most people are afraid to be judged, right? So, in order to reframe stepping out on social media, on YouTube, on whatever platform, stepping out confidently and still being you, like really authentically you, without performing or without um, playing a role, but actually coming from your authenticity. The way we can reframe it is, and again, I want to hold you accountable, because honestly, everything that we do, we have influence over. So, what I want to say here is, if you still think that stepping out on social media will expose you to judgment, which it's gonna be definitely 100%, because many people are judgmental. But the one that I'm speaking to, you're here to learn, to grow, to rewire your brain, and to actually create abundance, right, in all areas of your life, the number one secret I can tell you is that if you align with the point of power within, and what I mean by that is your divinity, when you connect to your divinity, when you connect to your heart, all of the other things become really secondary, right? The way you look, even if you have imperfections, because nobody's perfect. You can do a lot of, like, you can even like get all the procedures and all of that. You can do that. You can beautify yourself, of course, get your hair done, get your makeup done, get good lighting and all of that. Sure. But those those things are secondary, right? The people who really thrive, also especially in today's day and age, being on camera, being on social media, those are the people who speak from their heart. They speak from their womb, right? They speak from their essence. They speak from their authority, from their like embodied knowledge. It is not about the way you look, because everyone who has found this truth of understanding that you are not your body. You are the essence. You are your story. You are your intention, even, right? You come on here to speak to somebody who knows, or to somebody who needs your message. Okay. So, what I want to say is that in order to overcome the fear, the doubt, the fear of judgment, you first have to connect to your own unconditional love, right? Unconditional love for yourself and for the other. And now it is, I'm speaking as a soul to a soul. Yeah. Of course, I'm also speaking as my avatar, my body, and my experience, but I'm ultimately connecting from heart to heart, from soul to soul. And the other things become secondary. And that's the way how to overcome the fear of judgment. Because if I know that my intentions are pure, and if I know that I'm speaking from facts, not just some made up bullshit, I know I have it's a free route, right? Like the road is free for me to express myself, because it comes from soul, from heart. And the same thing goes for you. If I myself judge people by their appearance, if I myself judge people by their little flaws and their little speaking mistakes, I am afraid that others will do it too. As within, so without. If you are authentic and you can connect to someone else's authenticity, you're no longer afraid to actually be judged by those minute things. Like, who cares? Literally, like, who cares about those things? Okay, so I just gave you a huge gem right there, in order for you to also, if you have a message, yeah, to step out and share this message. But I don't only want to speak about coming on here and speaking about social media. I'm speaking in general. It's a formula, right? As I said, phase one, phase two, phase three, phase four of a proven, repeatable, reliable system of transforming every aspect of your life, right? As I said, phase one, you build the dream, you design the dream, you have your dream, you align with your dream, and you feel worthy. But it will happen again and again that you will be afraid, right? Sometimes the fear of speaking truth in an environment where you know that not everybody is for you. Usually life is a little bit of a hostile environment, because you will face opposition. You will face people who will question or challenge you. But the more rooted you are in your truth, first phase, right, in your vision, in your deservingness, the more easy you will realize that you will face fear. And again, because fear is only the border of the life that you've known up until now. And people who are successful, everyone, the biggest stars, the entrepreneurs, the founders, the YouTubers, the influencers, the teachers, the speakers, the coaches, everyone started afraid, right? Even with, I always like to help women invest in themselves, with me, into my programs, but also in general, right? Learning to act in your own best interest, even when afraid. and to see the person who's actually inviting you to make a step as an agent of your transformation. And again, it's very important to see this with discernment, right? Like, because we are in this big fish tank, we are in this big marketplace. I always like to say the marketplace is the wilderness and the marketplace is savage, right? Because everybody has something to sell. Everybody wants to buy something, everybody wants to sell something. So you have to, of course, you have to be discerning. But if you really come to the conclusion that you want to grow, you want to do something new, which is ultimately growth, right? You want to do something new, and there is a threshold, there is a border, and you are afraid. Fear doesn't always mean that it's time to stop and go back. No. Fear is about becoming conscious of, okay, I am afraid. And now I realize this is the border of me stepping into more expansion, stepping into my dream, stepping into becoming a new version of myself, right? You are expanding, you're becoming someone new, you are becoming the woman of your dreams. And it always happens crossing the threshold, it happens crossing this line, jumping, right? And knowing that you will be safe on the other side. And this is where I'm speaking about discernment, right? To actually move still with a feeling of this is what I want, right? This is what I feel the fear. That's a very important thing. It's not about being reckless. It's not about being like, I don't know what to say here, but it's not about being psychotic, right? It's about you honoring the fear, knowing that it's there, maybe even addressing it. I am afraid, like this could happen, that could happen. And then, depending on who is on the other side, they will help you, like really reason with you, right? But still help you make the jump. This is exactly where people help you cross the threshold, or where you coach yourself over the threshold, right? Where you realize, okay, the fear is not going to block me. I know that I have something to do, right? And that's why I'm going to jump over the fear. The fear is the fence. And another thing that is a big topic currently in the growth online education space is the whole topic of nervous system regulation. This topic has been around for a long time. I learned, as I said, with the Premier Training Institute for Transformational Coaching, and my teacher, Mary Morrissey, she has been a transformational life coach, or she has studied those principles and applied those and taught them for over 50 years now, I think. And she is a peer with Bob Proctor. I don't know if you know them, but it's from like the lineage and the people of The Secret, right? Like the Secret and this whole, yeah, as I said, like the lineage, like this stream of teachers. And Bob Proctor, I remember he said that, like, crossing the threshold and doing something that you've never done before, or saying something that you've never said before, is something like an electric shock, like the fence. It's like you are in a prison. Okay, I love this this example coming to me right now, but that's it. The comfort zone is like a prison. Is a prison, right? The comfort zone is a prison. And if you want to leave the prison, there is a electric wiring, a barbed wire, an electric shock wire around the prison. But if you know that you want to be free, you will take a few shocks just to know that you will survive, right? So that's literally what it is. Like, leaving your comfort zone is leaving the prison. But it's not always necessarily gonna be like a smooth transition, but there is gonna be you being shocked by your nervous system. Grr, grr, it's new, right? It's new. You get the shocks because you feel the pain, or you feel the fear, and you feel the opposition, you feel the resistance. But it's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're actually again at the border of the life you've known. You're breaking out of the prison. You are becoming somebody new. But it comes with a few shocks. Right? It becomes with a few shocks, and sometimes the shock is investing a large amount of money. It is about like speaking a truth you've never spoken. Sometimes it's about there's nothing else that comes to mind, but like it is really about you claiming more freedom, expanding. Know that it's time to leave the prison, to jump over the fence, yeah, and to land somewhere unknown. Yeah. And the unknown is best charted with a guide, right? With somebody who can help you navigate the terrain. That's what I do. And that is what the system is designed to help you navigate a next level of freedom. That's what I do as a transformational life coach with my system of transformation, is to help you navigate a new terrain of freedom. Okay? So I think I just want to give a few more real life examples, right? That's the science. What I just gave you was the science with some anecdotal evidence, or just some pictures you can grasp, right? But what else is happening right now? Like what I'm feeling, especially in really having context, right? Like I am not removed from this reality of this planet. So, what I'm feeling, what is happening right now, is that there are more and more people, and especially women, who no longer feel safe, or no longer feel useful or on purpose in their old jobs or in their old lives. So many women, because we are so sensitive, because we are more of the spiritual leaders of this planet, not so much like necessarily the tangible and the practical, which is also very important. But we feel, right, we feel the shifts of this planet, and we want to do something. We want to change the world. We want to help to create a new society with our gifts, with our talents, with our energy, right? And in order to do that, we need something new. We need a structure. And I'm explaining all of that. I've been a life coach now for 10 years. Like I have made my exit. Really, it's what it is, right? I've made my exit like 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago. And really, I've been jumping through the electric wires again and again. And I've built my own, and now I want to invite you so I can help you build your own. But what I want to say is that more and more women are feeling the calling. More and more women are feeling, I have something to give. I want to share something. And but they don't make the transition because of the electric shocks, right? Because of the nervous system dysregulation, right? You feel afraid because it is threatening to be out in the wild, right? Because that's literally what it is. I'm not here to glorify things, right? As I said, like I broke out of the a prison 10 years ago, and it was a lot of electrical shocks, and it was a path still through the dark forest, right? I had to go through the dark forest, and I counted all of the monsters, right? I was the little Red Riding Hood. I encountered the wolf, right, in sheep's clothes, and all of the archetypal stories that we know, because it is dangerous out here. You can't be a naive little girl in these streets, yeah? So that's why I'm saying it's important to walk this path with a guide, with a mentor, with a spiritual guide. And that's what I am. And I can show you the path in a more elegant way, so you don't have to get lost in the sauce of this crazy ass wilderness, because that's what it is. If you leave the prison, and that's why most people stay in prison, because it is comfortable. You know exactly what to do, you know what to say, you know when there's time to eat, but you are not free. Yeah. But if you want to learn how to be free, you will have to acquire some new skills. And that's exactly, again, what we do in the Dream Builder system. Help you design what your freedom looks like, right? Help you take the steps to actually jump over the fence, to get clear that you didn't die, okay? Like you got some electrical shocks, but you didn't die, okay? You will bridge the gap of a new paradigm, because over here we live in abundance. We live in an abundant universe, an abundant world, aligning with natural laws, and not only the laws that were applicable to the prison. Yeah, you will learn all of that with me, and you will learn like new skill sets and learn to live from your own power. It's not about me being your new master. No, like I'm not your guru. I am just a freedom agent, right? I can teach you everything you need to know in order to be free, because I'm not interested in creating followers, or I don't want to be a cult leader. I want you to be free, but in order to be free, you first have to learn. Yeah. So every great master was once a student. And yeah, so that is that is the essence, knowing how to navigate fear, right? Knowing how to deal with the border, right, of a new horizon, and knowing that it's never just a walk in the park. It's not. You will have those electric shocks, those nervous system deregulation, right? And this is where you learn the tools to regulate yourself, right? To actually find out, am I really in danger? And this is the last thing I want to give to you in this video, is that the thing about the body, and that's why fear will never go away. If somebody says I'm fearless, if somebody says I am like I'm never afraid, that's a lie. Because the thing is that your body will never stop to try to keep you safe, because this body, this animal is designed to keep you safe, to survive. This animal is designed to survive. One second. Mhm. So this animal is designed to survive. That means that if you go out into the wilderness and you encounter people or situations, and most of the time it's about people, right? The people are the most dangerous thing on this planet for another human being. So you will encounter people of the dark, and you will encounter people of the light, and you will encounter people who are in the middle, and people who are not trustworthy, and people who only have their best interest in mind, and people who will want to harm you physically, right? Let's, again, this is for grown people here, okay? So as a woman, and this is also what I talk about in my other videos, because I'm mainly speaking to triple threats: spiritually beautiful, intelligent women. So if you are all of that, you are a beacon of light. You are a beacon of light. And let's not romanticize being a beacon of light, because being a beacon of light means people will want to plug themselves into your socket. Yeah. So people will want to harvest your energy. People want to come and take from you. Yeah. Whether it's your sexual energy, meaning men will want to come sleep with you. So they're going to play those little games to get you in bed. Yeah. Or people see your creative market value. Yeah. So they will want to plug into your energy socket, right, and exploit you for their own mission and benefit. So, what you need to do is to still listen to your body. And when your body signals fear, listen to it. Yeah, listen to it. It's important. It's not about overriding your fear, as I said, and become like a reckless psychopath. Yeah, because that's what psychopathic people do. They are reckless. Yeah, but this is not who we are. We feel, and we feel danger, and it's important to feel danger. It's important to feel I'm not safe here, because you are not everywhere safe. Again, like just because we are changing our paradigm doesn't mean the world has just changed completely. Human beings who are not doing the work are still going to be dangerous for you. Okay. So, very important to continue to feel the fear, but not let the fear run you. Yeah. That's where we say, like, let the fear sit in the passenger seat or in the back seat of the car, and let your faith drive the car. Yeah. But the fear never leaves the car, and the car is your body. Okay. So let the fear inform you still. And this is your superpower, where you are skeptical, where you feel the intention of people, where you feel this is not safe for me. As a woman, being alone in the dark with a group of men is probably not so safe. Okay. So, still using street smarts, wit, knowledge, wisdom, right? So, very, very important. Yeah. Like, I am not here to sugarcoat things. It can be dangerous out here for a woman who is still naive, right? The little Red Riding Hood trusting the wolf in the forest. This is what these stories are about, is for a woman to step up, mature into her into her deeper wisdom. People are not just nice to you just for no reason. No. Always ask yourself what's going on here, and know that there's always an energy exchange, always. And especially if you are a spiritually gifted woman, and an intuitive woman, a pure woman, a pure soul, a pure channel, a woman of the light. Yeah, spiritually in tune, beautiful, and intelligent. You have to know who you are, because nobody just comes to you like that. People come to you because they want something from you: money, sex, access, healing, whatever, you name it. Okay. So keep the fear alive, feel it, but don't let yourself be stopped by this automatic response, because this is what it is. Your body has these impulses, these automatic responses, because your body wants to keep you safe, wants to keep you alive. But sometimes it's not necessary for us to protect ourselves. It's just a reflex, it's just a knee jerk reaction, right? But if you are aware, if you are self aware, and you learn the tools, you can be like, okay, there was a knee jerk reaction. Let me breathe in, let me breathe out, and let me focus on what it is that I truly want. Okay, I'm afraid, but with this person, I'm going to take the next step. Or with this person, I have evaluated them, I have vetted them, I have qualified them. I am taking the next step. I am overcoming my fear. I am overcoming the electric wiring. I am jumping over into this business relationship or partnership, or I am going on this trip. I am going on the journey. You understand? So, very, very important, just to wrap it up, the fear that we feel is not always a sign to stop. It is a sign to see, okay, oh, this is a I'm leaving the prison. I'm leaving the old known terrain. I'm leaving my comfort zone, and I'm exiting into the dark forest. I'm exiting into a new terrain. And I need to be aware. I need to be hyper vigilant. There's nothing wrong with being hyper vigilant. Yeah. I need to stay hyper vigilant, but I am not going to let the fear stop me. Okay, so you sharpen your intuition, you sharpen your senses, and you go into the forest and you learn to trust yourself. And again, if you want to learn the tools that I use to master the darkness, right, to be the witch in the forest, right? The forest doesn't rule you, now you rule the forest. Okay, so if you want to learn these tools, how to create the life and the business of your dreams using your intuitive gifts, because you know you're meant to leave the prison, it is time to master the wilderness and to become queen of your own queendom. So if you want to learn that, comment down below the dream builder and I will contact you and we will have a strategy session to find out if we're a good match to work together and if I am the guide that can take you to the queendom. But first, we got to go through the dark forest, okay? And I'm going to teach you exactly what it is that you need in order to make it out safe. All right, so that's it for now. See you in the next one. Until then, bye.